Okay, so today I want to show you real quick how I can dry beans for the pantry. I had made some chicken stew last night and I had leftovers that I wanted to can it, and when I want to fill up my canner I can beans. And my favorite way to can chili beans in the same way that I do chili is to do a combination of Great Northern beans, kidney beans, pinto beans, and black beans. And a couple days ago, I was at a Dollar Tree that was pretty stocked with beans, and they had all of those in stock, so I grabbed a few bags of them. So I've already measured out the beans that I'm going to be canning. I'm going to be doing pints, so I'll be doing a half a cup per pint. And I am experimenting. I've been using these store-bought jars to boil and water bath can, and I was intending on using these for salsa this summer for extra jars. And I wanted to go ahead and try to can some beans in one since I had it on hand. That's probably about 22 ounces. So we'll do like 3/4 of a cup in there. So these are going to be like a chili bean, and I am going to be, these are not soaked at all, they're just rinsed and picked through, and I will be layering, I've already got in the jars some onion, and I chopped up some bell pepper and some red Mad Hatter peppers that I grew in my garden. And for the meat, sometimes I put bacon, sometimes I do sausage, or some kind of smoked pork, ham hock. For flavoring in my chili beans, I happen to have some pork picnic that we cooked a few days ago that is left over that I wanted to finish using up. So I will be using that. And actually this is not smoked, it was just cooked on the grill and finished in a roaster, so it won't be adding any real heavy smoky flavor to the canning process. And to season it, I'm going to be using garlic, onion powder, cayenne pepper, Italian seasoning, some Mexican oregano, very sparingly because this is pretty strong, some cumin, and some chipotle garlic. So I'm going to go ahead, I have the onion in there already, I'm going to do the beans and then the meat, and then finish it with the peppers. And like I said before, this is the dry can method. This is not an instructional video. This is for entertainment purposes only. It is not recommended to do dry can beans by the USDA. But I do it and I like it, and I've been doing it for years, and a lot of people do it. So use your own discretion and your own research when you're doing any of your canning. And what we are doing today is completely room temperature. So I have brought my can of soup and sitting on the counter, let it go room temperature. My canner is not on yet. It is cold. It has room temperature, coldish water in it. And I'll be doing everything from room temperature and then heating it all together in the pan. I'm just going to kind of eyeball this to see and do it as evenly as I can. Okay. And I'm just going to evenly distribute these green peppers. So I have the 16 quart Presto pressure canner, and it holds 7 quarts or 10 regular mouth pints. So with the quart, the wide mouth quart that I have in the extra jar, it's a little bit bigger. I just did 6 pints to go with it, which worked out good for my my pork that I'm adding for flavor. And then wash my hands real quick and do the seasoning. And I'm just going to be filling these up with filtered water. So just doing a pinch of Mexican oregano. Might work better to use this quarter cup or quarter teaspoon. I'm going to do a little bit more on that one because it's bigger. The chipotle garlic seasoning. Italian seasoning. And I'm just doing a sprinkle of the Italian and the cumin, and then the same with the cayenne pepper. Just a scant amount on this quarter teaspoon. Yeah, a little bit more. That one is bigger. And then the garlic, the onion powder. We'll be generous with that one. Okay, and then the final thing before we get into filling it off with the water is the minced garlic, and I always buy this minced garlic in the jar because it is so convenient for me. When I'm cooking, one less thing that I have to chop is garlic, and I can just grab it, and we use a ton of garlic in everything that we cook. Alright, so I've got some filtered water over here that I got out of our water machine. And I'm just going to give this up to inch of headspace, so right up to where the threads start. And then once I get them all filled up to there, I'm going to debubble and then come back and compensate with, add some more water as needed to finish them off at the 1 inch of headspace. Okay, let's debubble, get everything nice and mixed up in there. Okay, they look pretty good. I don't think I need just a smidgen. This one, a little bit in that one. And I think we're good in all the rest of them. So, let me grab my vinegar. We'll wipe off the rims. Alright, wiping the rims with vinegar on my paper towel here. And I will do just extra wiping whenever I'm doing anything with meat or anything that contains any type of oil. And we are pressure canning, so I don't need to heat up my lids, and I do reuse my lids as long as they're not rusted or dented and the compound is still good. I will reuse my lids. So you'll see some of these lids have some writing on them. It's because I don't throw away my lids after one use. If they are still in perfect condition and have good compound, I will reuse them.
What you doing in here, buddy?
I'm making a video, panning.
You think you have a new job, Austin?
Mm-hmm.
Alright, it's 8 o'clock. It's about 2 hours later. And we have let the canner come down to natural pressure. And we'll see what everything looks like. Alright, in the middle we have the chicken and vegetable stew. And we have the can that's from the pickle jar. Looks really good. This is one of the pints. These actually look really good. Yeah, really good. There was a little bit of transference, you can tell, in the jars.
I know they smell good.
Yeah, they definitely smell good. They look good.
Yeah.
So I'll let these sit overnight, and we will. I'll be washing them off and taking the rings off after I check for seals tomorrow. And just another look at the pickle jar from the store. It seems to have done great. And here's another look at what one of the jars look like, with all the beans in there, with a half a cup of beans in pint jars. So that is the chili beans canned up with onions and peppers, seasoning, and some leftover picnic pork that we cooked for seasoning. And we will be using these to go into chili, to go into bean soups, we can make baked beans out of these. There's a lot of different things that we can use these beans for. So thank you for watching. Like and subscribe, and I will talk to you in a couple days in the greenhouse.